Welcome back everyone to today's video. We're looking at the latest from the model runs today and seeing if there's any hints of a colder December on the way, because there's a couple of runs today that are going for it, so we're going to take a look at them right now. Drop a like, subscribe, it helps me a lot. Appreciate all the support as well lately and all of the nice comments. We're not going to waste any time, we're going to get straight into this. If you didn't already know, high pressure is the yellows, oranges and reds, and low pressure is the blues. High pressure favours more settled conditions and low pressure favours more wet, windy and unsettled conditions. The current situation, low pressure is coming in from the northwest, winds are coming in from a westerly flow. As we go through this week, we are going to see the winds wrapping back around to northeasterly for a brief interlude before we can start to get the winds back in from the west again. And we go much more milder, wet, windy and unsettled until around the 4th or 5th of December. We start building high pressure up towards Scandinavia and dragging the winds in from an easterly direction. Upper air temperatures -5 lines in. There's nothing overly cold there, but it's pretty cold and pretty interesting that we are seeing some models going for this at the minute. I expect we won't see an overly big amount of models going for this until around the start of December, when our chances should increase a little bit. These are the latest GFS ensembles based on the 6Z run, upper air temperatures and precipitation anomalies. The red line is the 30-year average from 1991 to 2020. We're currently below the average, then we're going to go milder with a couple of colder interludes, and then the uncertainty starts about here, around the 3rd to 5th of December, and after that I'm not taking any of that seriously because it's all over the place. But there is a lot going mild, but there's also them few at the end going very, very cold, which is what I am focusing on a little bit in this video. One of them ensembles is ensemble number 6. Take a look at the I've just nearly ruined it. Once again, there's them unsettled and wet, windy conditions off the Atlantic over the next couple of days and through this week. But as we start December, high pressure ridges towards Scandinavia, and we get the winds dragging in from a cold and bitterly cold, at times, easterly direction. High pressure then starts to move towards Greenland as well, and we open the doors to a beastly easterly, and it sets up a 2018 beast from the east pattern, basically. The only difference is there is not as much cold in December of 2025 than there is in February 2018. But -5 upper airs are in, and we're very close to -10 upper airs there. We're right on the border. Extremely cold. The whole country will be getting some snow showers with that. And as these Atlantic systems move up as well, we could see all sorts of fun and games. Maybe a big snow event that we have been due for a long time. So pretty interesting things. You know, there's a couple of models going for it today. We got a couple more ensembles going for it as well. I'll have a look. We've got ensemble number 13 is the northerly one, isn't it? Yes. 13, once again, more signs of northern blocking. Not an easterly, but we get the high pressure building up towards Scandinavia quite nicely, and winds are coming in from a properly northerly direction there. Arctic air pushing southwards, and look at them upper air temperatures moving south just there, all coming down towards the UK. Very, very interesting indeed. So there's some ensembles today picking up on a cold second week to December, especially. GEM ensembles look like this. Not as much cold signals from the GEM, but we do have to take this lightly because, I mean, once we get 10 days out, it's all uncertain from there. ECMWF midnight run looks like this, all over the place, but pretty mild, but there is a few runs going very cold as well. And then the AIFS is mostly staying mild as well, but there is some colder runs around. We have just got to keep an eye on it because it can chop and change very quickly indeed. Latest ECMWF weeklies are looking like this. We'll go to the North Pole view so we can see a bit better. UK's here. Week 1 is the 24th of November to the 1st of December. Low pressure's out on the Atlantic, winds are in from the west. Week 2 is 1st to the 8th of December. Low pressure out in the Atlantic once again, winds in from a southwesterly or westerly direction. If I can get my words out. Week 3 is the 8th to the 15th of December. High pressure's blocking around Scandinavia, winds coming around that into an easterly direction. Week 4 is the 15th to the 22nd. Once again, that high pressure is just not far enough north, and we're just dragging the winds in from a southeasterly instead of a proper cold easterly. Week 5, 22nd to the 29th of December, maybe a battleground going on, high pressure blocking there. Low pressure through here, we're going to be either westerly or easterly. Bit of a battleground situation, all sorts of fun and games there. And finally, week 6, 29th of December to 5th of January. Maybe the Atlantic tries to get back in, but easterlies are still there as well. So very interesting indeed. We did have some ECMWF charts staying colder as well the other day, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Latest zonal winds from the ECMWF are looking for an SSW. Looks like this. This is the average line up here, around 30 meters a second. We are currently hovering around 8 at the minute. Well below average, and we're going to be like this for the next couple of days. We are looking to get below this 0 line to reverse the zonal winds, and that'll be classed as a technical SSW, and the earliest SSW since 1960, I think. We are actually looking like we are going to do it around Friday or Saturday this week coming, so there is a chance that we do get the SSW, but a quick recovery then progresses, and people are saying that that could overturn already the good signals we've got and end up taking us mild, but I don't think that'll happen. But I mean, there's a higher chance now that this will give us a better chance of an SSW later in the winter. I wouldn't be surprised if this did something like that, you know, stayed down there, but it's unlikely. I reckon it'll go up here, then I reckon we could see another one late December. So that's all that I'm saying. I'm not going to say anything else in a minute, because if it doesn't happen, I'm going to get in trouble. Anyway, that is the latest from me. There's not much change from yesterday, but we have got a couple of interesting ensembles. So anyway, that's me done. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.